What's up guys, it's USA Specialist, and while a lot has been said about Battlefield 2042 over the past 2 years, after Season 6, the fact is, at this point, Battlefield 2042 is the best deal in gaming when it comes to first-person shooters. As we look down the barrel of yet another annual Call of Duty, the decline of trends like Battle Royale, and the continued sputtering of indie shooters like World War III, Battlefield 2042 has finally recaptured fans' attention and taken over not just the shooter genre, but has become one of Steam's most played games. With a new season and a free weekend, Battlefield 2042 went from a few thousand players to well over 100,000 concurrently, beating the game's all-time record on Steam. And now, after 2 years of steady improvement, additions, and word of mouth, the game now sits atop Steam's most played games after riding this momentum into a massive 85% price cut, where the game now sits at $9 on Steam and $20 on console if you don't already get it for free via Game Pass. For $20 or less, you're now getting a rather refined product that's currently more popular than Call of Duty, Siege, Starfield, and Destiny 2, based on player counts within the past 24 hours, but also based on trends over the past couple of weeks. It's a game that won't set the world on fire, but will provide polished content with great casual mechanics, AAA graphics, crossplay, and a live service, all without SBMM. Now, I'm not saying 2042 is perfect, because it's not, but for $9, it's a massive bargain, especially when so many other people will be jumping back in. And while you might disagree, the player count, fan response, and community hype would beg to differ. The game isn't perfect, but for $9 on Steam or as a free part of your Xbox Game Pass, Battlefield 2042 is arguably the best shooter out there, dollar for dollar. Now, aside from hyping up this game in its current state, I want DICE to understand a few things. First off, yes, Battlefield is still a viable franchise that hundreds of thousands of people still care about, but it's up to the devs and EA leadership to make a game worth supporting from day one. Next, just because Battlefield is the talk of the town right now does not mean what's happened over the past 2 years is acceptable. People lost their jobs, companies had to get restructured, and new management had to be brought in because of how big of a disaster this game was, and we can't forget it. Finally, don't throw away all this hard work. DICE has been very quiet on if they'll continue support past Season 6, and I'd hate for the devs to finally get this game in a great spot just to shut it down. If anything, Battlefield 2042 can be a vessel to tease out the next title, and a skeleton to work from when it comes to the base of the next game. Don't have us come all this way just to go back to square one and start the DICE development cycle all over again, where the franchise gets sent back into the Stone Age for 2 years after another broken game. Battlefield 2042 has all the hype in the world right now, and for $9 on Steam and $20 on console, it's definitely worth every FPS fan's time. But let's not allow DICE EA to forget the difficult journey that they had to travel in order to get here. For everything else Battlefield, stay tuned and subscribe, and as always, thank you guys for watching.